Welcome, friends, to Conversations for Our Success. I'm Dr. Linda Dugan, and I have my colleagues here with me, Coach Mary Anderson, and also attorney Lucinda Jones. These dynamic ladies, and I hope to, help you to do some evaluation of this year, of this past year, and also some planning to take off for a great 2021. So, with that in mind, I got a greeting. Oh, ladies, say hello.
Hello,
Hello,
everybody.
everyone.
First
Happy
of
New
all,
Year.
Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. I got this New Year's greeting this week from someone, and it was so wonderful. And I just wanted to share it with you because I think it was so appropriate for where we're going, what we're trying to do. It says, "Hello, welcome to Flight 2021. We are preparing to take off into the new year. Please make sure your attitude and blessings are secured and locked in an upright position. All self-destructive devices should be turned off at this time. All negativity, hurt, and discouragement should be put away. Should we lose altitude under pressure during the flight, reach up and pull down a prayer. Prayers will automatically be activated by faith. Once your faith is activated, you can assist other passengers. There will be no baggage allowed on this flight. The captain, God, has cleared us for takeoff. Our destination, greatness. And yes, that is our destination.
Yes.
And we want everyone to have we know we're going to have a better 2021, and we're going to do everything in our power to help you to do the same. But first of all, we want to talk a little bit about 2020. We know 2020 was a rough one. Whew, probably the roughest we've seen in ages. Well, I know it's the roughest I've ever seen. I don't know about you
For
ladies.
me too. For me too.
But there were also some blessings that were a part of 2021. And we want to talk about those and make sure that we pull down that treasure and, activate it and use it, put it in our arsenal for future generations and also for strengthening ourselves. So, ladies, what are some of the positive things that have come out of 2021 for you?
Wow. Very, very interesting question. For me, a number of great things came out of 2020. Of course, early on in the year, in March and April, latter March, I experienced the COVID situation. And I was hospitalized, did all the things, stayed in the hospital for 3 days. And it was an unexpected event, interesting event, and a little scary, but nevertheless, it is what it is. But I ended up obviously coming out of that because here I am, thank the Lord, healthy, doing well, physically, emotionally, so on and so forth. But as a result of my having experienced that, I remember when I was in my hospital bed and I said, God, you help me to get out of this. Everything that you have placed in me, deposited in me, because I'm a thinker, I'm a dreamer. I have things that God has put in me to do. And I had made up my mind a long time ago to make those things happen, come to pass. But I realized when I was in the hospital, but I kind of like slowed down a bit and I wasn't really on my game like I should have been. But after that, after I got home and got well, let me tell you, my focus returned and it returned sharply, that I was able to get back to those things that I love and those things that I was working on, because I was working on a number of things. And one of the things that I was working on before this experience is my book, Issues in the Heart. Mm. But obviously I lost some of my focus. So that event really caused me to refocus myself. And let me tell you, when I got out the hospital, because it took a while for me to get my body strength and even my mental strength back, Issues in the Heart was my life. I was working on issues of the heart every day. And so as a result, I was able to publish it in July. So that's just one of the things that a good thing that came out of COVID. Another thing is people. I love people. And I really miss seeing people's faces, their smiles.
Yeah.
So that when this thing is over, oh my goodness, you talking about loving on folk.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Some folks say, well, I don't think I'll ever go back to, touching people because things will never be the same. No, I don't feel that way. I think they will return, and I think they're going to be even better. So I think as individuals who have experienced things that brought them through 2020 with a different perspective, I think we all are going to be, and we all are better human beings because of whatever it was we experienced in 2020 that brought us to 2021. We all are better people for it. I really sincerely believe that.
Yeah, I think so too, Lucinda. I think you're right about that. I miss seeing people smile too, and the smiles and the affection and hugs that you can get from your family and everything. They're even more intensive now in the sense that you appreciate them so much more. You kind of took it for granted maybe before.
Yeah, we
and
did.
but now they're really, really important, and we're very grateful for them. Mary, what about you?
So for me, oh, I tell you, God is just amazing, and a number of positive things came out. But before I go into that, I do notice we had a few people in the chat box, and just want to say hi to Gwendolyn, and thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you as well. We got Gabrielle Anderson, that's my daughter-in-law. Happy New Year to you, and also Karen Wright, my cousin. Happy New Year, cousin. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you all for joining us live. Thanks for joining the conversation. Feel free to comment, put some comments in there if you want to join the conversation. Also, we'll give you the phone number. So if you want to call in, we got a couple slots that you can call in, and if you feel like you want to share something with everyone on the conversation, we would love for you to be able to do that as well. So
number, or you want me to give them to it?
Oh, sure, you can give them the number.
517-731-6120. Again, that number 517-731-6120. Okay, so Mary, what good things have you drawn out of 2020?
I think that because I've been home a lot more, I was thinking about it. I've been working from home. My business, I started my business in 2014, and I've been working from home for since then. And so this year I was able to get me an office. I moved my business. Well, actually, I still operate in Georgia, but I also opened up an office, a literal brick and mortar here in Michigan. And then also I started my nonprofit, and I had started years ago, but this time I really officially created the nonprofit. And I say that because in the midst of the storm, I wrote a song one time, and it's called In the Midst of the Storm. And it says, in the midst of the storm, there's a blessing. In the midst of the storm, I see a rainbow. Above all the clouds, the sun is shining, and I'm smiling in the midst of the storm. And 2020 for me was a time that I could smile in the midst of the storm. And I know it's not a lot of people's story, but I never missed a paycheck. And even when I missed a paycheck, I always still got something else to come in right in time, right in a place. Even, with the stimulus, God is just he was still blessing. And I think what I realized in 2020, and I have a new phrase, and you all can use it, okay? And the phrase is, that's so 2020.
I like that.
That's
I
so
like that
2020.
too.
That means when people started talking about all these negative things, I'm like, that's so 2020.
Yeah, that's a good one. I might
Things
use
that
that
I
one.
left back in 2020 that I'm not bringing here. What I'm
Yes,
bringing here is
listen.
renewed faith.
Yes.
You know, a renewed faith that I love God and God loves me and I'm his favorite and he's favored me. And I tell you, in all of this, God has kept us. And my son battled COVID like you two ladies. He battled COVID, and I think, and Linda, I remember before you were even tested positive that your son
Yeah.
battled COVID.
Yep. That
And
was
so,
scary. Mhm.
huh?
That was scary too.
That was it, and it's scary when you're children. And the one positive thing that not one positive, there's a number of positive things, but one of the things that really just stands in my mind is the transformation of my son. It's like a light. He said he's gotten a new zest for life, like you, Lucinda. He's gotten a new zest for life to be more intentional and more on purpose with the things that God has, set before him. And when you just see that, and then I would probably cry so much for strangers. I prayed so much for strangers. This 2020 wasn't just about it wasn't just about COVID. It was about so much more, election, so much more.
Yes.
So
No
when we think about all of that stuff, I just think that's so 2020. Thank you, Jesus, for 2021.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah, I am too.
But 2020, we were talking before about, 2020 being like, we were just so out of control so far as just running around like crazy as a world. It's like everything was just off the chain, and moving so fast and not giving any thought to the things that are really meaningful. It's like God said, sit down, time out.
Yeah.
You tell your kids, sit down, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how I see it, because when we sat down and began to see what was really happening, we began to appreciate who we were, what we had more, became very sensitive to each other and to, those qualities of life, not only for ourselves, but for others too. And it was in our face every day. So I think that it made us better people, and most of us anyway, not everybody, in that we were more sensitive to being a better people, for most of us. And so I really appreciate that. And like you, Lucinda, I had the COVID too, but I was kind of non-symptomatic. I didn't have any symptoms. I was shocked when I found out that I had it, but it gave me a greater appreciation for health, as being as good as gold or better in this day and age. That health thing is very, very important. And I think it has been put on the top of the agenda for a lot of people because of COVID, so it has given us some gifts, and we appreciate those gifts, and we're going to take those into 2021 and make that year, this coming year, or the year we're in, even better. And so what I want you to do is to think a few minutes about what are your top 3 goals for 2021? What are your top 3 goals for 2021?
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
Your top 3 goals.
Your top 3 goals for 2021. And then I don't know if do you want to talk about them right now?
I'm trying to see if anyone's putting any of their goals in the chat. So I wanted to take a look at that and see if anyone's putting their goals in the chat. I don't see any goals there, but for me,
I'll just start. I'll just while we're waiting for people to get health. Of course, is one of those goals. Health is so precious to me, and as you get older, health is even more precious. I'm telling you, because a lot of people don't have it. And so, like someone would say, it's better than gold. You can have all the gold in the world, be dead. So
Mhm.
so it's important to take care of our health, and for me, that is very, very important.
Mhm.
I want a closer walk with God. I want to be able to hear Him, to be clear about what He's telling me, and to be obedient to His word. That is my top goal. To try to do that. Well, I am going to do that.
Mhm.
And so that is the second one. And then to walk in purpose, to
Mhm.
find
Mhm.
out, about that purpose and to walk in it. And that is tied to the second goal, or the first goal, really, of being close to God. So those are my three.
Mhm.
What
Good.
about
We got Karen who said that her three is to do the ministry
Mm.
and not quit,
Oh,
and
good.
then
Good.
have better health.
Wonderful.
And I hope I'm saying that right, Karen, is to do ministry and not quit and have better health. When you, Lucinda, you can share yours. And when you do, I want, as a coach, that's my practice. That's what I do all the time, is help people achieve goals. So I'm going to give you everything we talk about today. I'm going to give you the coaches. So you're getting some free coaching today, something that you can take with you and help you to accomplish those goals. So that's where I'm going to come from. So go ahead, Lucinda.
So my three top goals, the first one, I agree with you, Karen and Linda. I want to solidify my walk with Christ. I want to be more structured in my studying, in my especially my studying and reading the word, because I pray that's not, that's a given. But the studying, everything else that you have, you want to study, and then you have things going on. But I want to do that and fast more. I want to pull my plate back more, because the scripture tells us to fast. That's number one, my walk with Christ. The second one, in the area of arts, there's an artistic part of me. I practiced law for 25 years, but there is an artistic part of me. I have other books that I want to write, other projects I want to write. I used to sew. My sister gave me a sewing machine for last Christmas. Now I'm sprucing up my sewing skills, because I want to start sewing. I have a dream for my own clothing line, and I play the saxophone.
Girl.
I have a dream. Yeah, I have a dream to make a CD one day. So that's the second thing. So that's why, Satan was trying to, discourage me in 2020, because he knew what God had deposited in me. And that goes for not just me, but all of us, and Karen and all of you out there. If you had a hard time in 2020, it was really difficult. Yeah, the devil knew that God has something in you, but you came through 2021. And the last one is travel.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to travel on Amtrak. I love Amtrak. Those are my dreams. Those are my dreams for 2021 and moving forward. Not just stop at 2021, but to just continue until, Jesus take me home, or the rapture, whichever way it happens.
I love that. I need to jump in here and say,
and I'm moving too. I'm sorry.
I need to jump here and say, when you said that, when you was like saying, but how the enemy will try to do what he did and all of that, and all the obstacles and all that, and that, what came to my mind, right?
What?
That's so 2020. That's so 2020. Listen, every time the enemy tries to take your mind back to all the negativity, back to all the things that you've come through, if you cannot bring those things into this year to help you grow forward and attain the things that are set before you to do, then you need to you got to go look in the mirror. And when you start thinking of those things, say, that's so 2020. You don't even have to be in the mirror. You could be laying in your bed and all that stuff come to your mind and say, that's so 2020. Because if it's not beneficial for you in 2021, you do not have to give it access to your mental energy, your emotional energy, an old relationship, somebody did you want all kinds of things. You know what? Brush the dust off of your feet. That's so 2020. I'm in
Mary, that
2021.
brings to mind something else,
Mhm.
because those goals that you have set, some of them, if not all of them, a lot of times you have set in previous years, have you not?
Now, this is true.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like we always say, we're going to get closer to God. We're going to, lose some weight. We're going to get some money. We're going to do our career or change or whatever. But why haven't we done it? Why are we in 2021 and we still, for the first 2 or 3 months, we are on fire. And then after that, it's like, oh, what is happening to us? Why does that happen, Mary? You the coach.
Okay.
I'm the educator, but you the coach.
So,
But those are the kind of things we're going to address and we're going to talk about.
I feel like my lightning.
You're good. No, you're good.
Yeah. Okay, good.
You're good.
Well, here's the thing about that. The thought or the thoughts of creating something, because we're made in God's image. So we are creators as well.
Yes.
So the thought of creating something fuels something in us, right? It's like, yes, I can do that. But you got to follow thoughts with what?
Action.
Attitude and behaviors, actions, okay? So behaviors are going to follow. But what the attitude sometimes gets in the way between the thought and the behavior. And some of those attitudes might be self-defeating. Some of those thoughts, you got a great thought and you want to get started. And then when you start to do the action, the behaviors, you find out, whoo, that's a lot more work. For instance, let's use some instance. Say you want to lose 30 pounds, okay? First of all, we say, I'm going to lose some weight.
Mm-hmm.
That's
right.
the thought. I want to lose some weight. I want to lose some inches. That's the thought. Okay? The challenge with that is that it's not a goal. It doesn't become a goal until there's 5 things in place. And so when people tell me I want to lose some weight, well, that's not a goal. To lose some weight is great. We're going to need to know a little bit more about that. So it's something we call SMART goals. So if you don't know about SMART goals, now you do. Spread the word. SMART, S-M-A-R-T. And SMART, S is for specific. Okay, I want to lose some weight. Okay, some weight. That's broad. That's not specific. Narrow it down. Okay, I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, I want to lose 30 pounds. Great, fantastic. Okay, and they have to be measurable. SM. Okay, so I want to lose some weight. I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, measurable. How much? How are you going to break that 30 pounds down? So I'm going to do that by what? I'll lose 10 pounds a week, 2 pounds a week, whatever. So we need to know by when. So that's going to be time bound. So we got a specific, measurable, attainable. Oh, I want to lose it by the end of the week. Can you lose 30 pounds by the end of the week? With what you're doing. Your thoughts say, I'm going to lose 30 pounds by, what's the day? Sunday?
The 30.
So by Saturday, I'm going to lost 30 pounds. Is that attainable? And even if it is, because you just don't eat anything and you lose all water weight, is it realistic? Because that's the art. Is it realistic? Why are you losing that 30 pounds? Because you're going to end up gaining it right back. It's just water. And you put yourself through hell just to get there. And then T, S-M-A-R-T. T is time bound. So by when? So let's do a realistic goal. I want to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Well, that's the average of what? 1 pound a day. So how are you going to get there? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
So a lot of us, we set goals, but we set them, they're not realistic goals. They're not attainable goals. And then when we start to do the work, we realize, oh my God, to lose a pound a day is not all that easy. I lost a pound yesterday, and I only lost half a pound a day, but I picked back up 3-4 pounds today. And so to be able to lose this 30 pounds, you might then have to scale down. So what happens is, meeting goals is work. It's work, but some people don't, once they get into work, they're like, this is too much. And so
we only got a few minutes left, but we want you all to think about what Sister Mary is saying and think about what it is that you need or where you're falling short so that you haven't met those goals in previous years, because this year is going to be different.
Yeah.
We're going to give you some tools that are going to make a difference for you so that this year we can be successful in making those goals and make, this trip to greatness, as we had talked about.
Trip to greatness. Yes. I love that.
Yes.
And Susan, I remember you said something about, what are you going to have to overcome? When we were talking about this, we were talking about, before, what would you have to overcome in order to get your, to obtain your goals this year, in order to be your better self? What were you saying about that?
Look, I can't remember who said this. It might have been you. It might have been you, one of you ladies. But this week someone was just encouraging whoever it was they were talking to. If it was you guys, then we were talking to each other. But anyway, and the person said, you just got to get the Nike attitude. Just do it.
Do it. Yes.
Was that you? Anyway, and that's the kind of attitude I have. Just look, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I have positioned myself and I'm going to just do it. And in fact, I have started doing it. When
and
you made up your mind, go on.
Go ahead.
No, go
No,
on.
I was going to say, and to just do it, we probably need a little more information than we had last year.
Yes.
In order that we don't fall into the same pattern
Yes.
that we had in previous years.
Yes.
So that is what we hope to provide for you. So stick with us and contribute and let us know what you need, because we are really on a trip to greatness and we want to take you with us. So if you're on board, stay with us, okay? Yes. We're so glad to have you with us. And Mary, do we have time for, do we have any calls or anybody?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Well, Linda, we have, y'all Linda's double team me, but Linda Brooks, Linda said she wanted to work towards cleaning her soul, that the Spirit of Jesus will be seen in her life. She would better understand and get closer relationships with the Holy Spirit and get her helicopter license. Ooh, wow, that is awesome.
Wow, I love it.
Listen,
I love it.
For Linda and you Karen, Linda, and whoever else has shared their goal, I can tell you that if you sit down and create a plan, a strategic plan on how you're going to execute action steps, attainable action steps. So then here's, if I were your coach, I would give you an action plan for this coming week by week. What you want to do is find your accountability partner. Surround yourself with support. We can be your support team here. You can email us at forusuccessteam@gmail.com. You can inbox us. You can also just leave a comment, but we will be your supportive team to help you be able to, take these action steps. So we're going to be here again next Sunday. So you can, just for this week, look at one thing that you can do to getting that helicopter license.
Yes.
One thing you can do to step into your ministry. One thing you can do to be, and before you begin all of that, one thing I forgot to tell you that's essential, what I do with every one of my clients, and believe me, I have a great success rate, and I'm not saying that to God be the glory on that, but I can tell you one thing the Lord has just shown me that's been very effective is that you must see yourself where you want to go.
Amen. Amen.
Before you begin, you must begin with the end in mind.
Yeah.
So you must see yourself driving that helicopter. You must see yourself being that minister that you want to be. What else it was? She said she wanted to step into her ministry. One
Cleaner,
of,
so, yeah.
one of the ladies, she wanted to also have better health, and she didn't want to quit. She wanted to be relentless. See yourself being relentless. See yourself not quitting. And then we need to talk about that too. Inbox me on that not quitting, because sometimes if God tell you to quit, you gotta quit.
Yeah.
But it's but I know what you mean, not giving up on your dreams, not
And
giving up on the process.
And how
So
do
you have to put things in place. You have to first see yourself doing it, see yourself being there. Then you should write it down. Get a journal, write it down. And I'm going to show you guys something really quickly, and I hope you can see this. But this is my dream wall. All of this is my dream wall. That's what I have. I see every day, my dreams, and I know what I want. I know what I'm going to do. And I see those and I can check them off, and I can just tell you, you must write it down, put the vision before you. And then on top of that, what you want to do is then you want to do the action steps. So this week, I challenge you, write down your vision. Make it plain. And what it's saying is make it plain here. Make sure you can see yourself there. And then take one action that can get you closer to there. Just one action. And also put a team around you, an accountability partner. And that's what we're going to do for this week. Next week, we'll talk about something.
All right,
else.
Teach. All right, Coach. Okay,
All
that's
right. Love you guys.
Yes, that's our assignment for this week. That means all of us, including me and you and everybody else. So thank you so much for being with us. Anything else, ladies, that we need to cover?
No, we're good.
Blessings to everybody. We love you so much. Thanks
Love
for
you.
joining in on the conversation. We'll see you next
We'll
week.
see you next week.
All right.
I hope
Good night,
you see
everybody.
some praise reports.
Yes. All right. Good night, everyone.
Hey, good night.